So this is going to be a quick video where I go through my A-level physics and maths rag sheets. I'm just going to show you how to access them, and for A-level maths and physics students. Now, something I didn't mention in my previous video is that my YouTube here is going to have longer videos, such as where I go through past papers and content. Obviously I'll still go through content on my TikTok channel, but there'll be more shorter form videos. Now, if you want to watch longer, you should definitely head to my YouTube and subscribe. Nothing's posted just yet, but they will be in the future. So I'm just going to show you how to access these rag sheets. So press on the sheet, obviously, and it takes you to a Google Drive with the maths revision rag, rag history, physics revision rag, and rag history. Now, for the rag history, if I just press on that, it's going to take me to a screen with all of this. Now, these are just each individual spec point. Now, if you want to access this, you are going to have to save it to your computer. Now, normally I would be able to do this, but for some reason it's not working right now. But trust me, if you open this on your own computer or on your mobile phone, you will be able to open it and edit it. However, like this, you cannot edit it, so you are going to have to save it. Now, that is just going to be each individual spec point, which you can then tick off as you go along. These are the actual spec points written out. So if you put you can put these side by side, read what the spec points are, and then tick them off on the other sheet. Now, I thought that would just be easier. So instead of having to go through the spec point yourself each time and read for all the key information. So I've got every single spec point. This is the same for maths and physics, including A-level content, not just AS. So this is just all the spec points you read through, and what I do is go to the other sheet, put red, amber or green, and just to show how confident you are in the topic. And then as you go along, you keep going through it. Even if you know it fully, you put the green down anyway, because what I found was when I did this, I could look at what had been green for a long time and I'd know, yeah, I fully know that, I fully learnt it. There's no point me going over it again and again if I completely know that piece of spec point content, because they're never going to ask anything outside of the spec point. So this is just everything you're going to need to know. If you can get this mostly greens, you're going to do an absolutely great job. Now, where you've got the oranges, you can go over it a couple times, you know, and then eventually it will be green. Now the reds, if you've got red, then that means you're really struggling with that piece of content. Now, I had quite a few reds at the start of my A-levels, however, as it went on, they quickly became ambers and then eventually greens, because that is what I spent most of my time on, and that's what you should be spending most of your time on. There's no point spending ages, you know, revising stuff that you already know. So just focus on the reds and you should be good. Obviously, don't ignore everything else, but yeah, I think this is a very helpful tool. It helped me a lot in my A-levels, and it'll help you too. So that's it for this video. Again, leave a follow, share it with your friends who might need some A-level and GCSE revision, and yeah, that's it. Thanks.